Hi, everybody. My name is Andrew, and I'd like to talk to you about hard work and how that can pay off in the long run. I remember it was January 17th, 2012, and I walked into the offices of the registrar at Dutchess Community College, and I registered for my first two college classes of my life. I was 35 years old, and that was really difficult for me to make the decision to go to the school and be around all these young people that, for 17 years, my junior, and registering for English 101 and Psychology 101. Those were my first two classes to dip my toes in the water and see how I felt about school. So it was a difficult day because again I was sitting in the chairs with all these young people. They were staring at me thinking that I was faculty. They were asking questions about where buildings were on campus, about if they filled these registration forms out properly. And the looks on their faces when I told them that I was a first time registering student myself. It was a little, it was a little embarrassing, cut me down to the knees a little bit, but that was something that I had to go through. And then after that day, I went to my first class. I had no idea what to expect. And 8 years later, I am a senior at Mount St. Mary's. I have my associate's degree in nursing, and I am going to be graduating the top 10% of my class in May. And it's an accomplishment that I never thought that I could do, especially being an adult learner. And there are three factors that played into this self-doubt, okay? The first thing that was very difficult for me to do was learn how to manage my time as a student, because I had been working full-time since the time I left high school back in 1994. And I didn't really think about time management. I went to school, I went to work, and then when I wasn't at work, I was out with my friends. I was camping, I was out at bars, I was going to parties, and school was always in the back of my mind, but just getting there was a very difficult spot for me. So when I did start school, I learned how to manage my time. It was really shaky in the beginning because I just wasn't sure how I could manage, going to school. I had those two classes. Again, working full time. At the same time I started class, my roommate gave birth, so we had a newborn in the house. And we were raising this child together, so it was just difficult for me to balance, the study time, class time, career, homework, and helping to raise a newborn. It was really difficult. So those first couple of semesters were a little shaky with my time management, but it the more I talked to students, the more I became more aware of how they were doing it. So I kind of just followed their lead, and it helped me get through at least those first two semesters so that I was fresh for the next semester, going in my second year at Dutchess College. Okay. After I had taken my core classes, my gen ed classes at Dutchess, I got more involved into like computer technology in my nursing classes, and I didn't know how to use Microsoft Word. I didn't know how to use any Excel program. Microsoft Office was a foreign land to me. And so that was very frustrating for me to learn how to do. I ended up taking some tutoring classes over the weekends. I did some, free online tutorials, and I utilized a lot of my friends that had gone through school, and they were gracious enough to come to my house and try to teach me how to do these things. And that was a real big adjustment, which I'm still learning how to use these programs. Finishing up here at the Mount, I've learned so much about these programs, and the younger students, I envy you because you grew up with computers and I didn't. The internet was invented the year that I graduated high school. So learning it as an adult has had a lot of challenges, but I do think that I'm looking more towards the younger generation to teach me. So thank you all for helping me. Some of you in this class probably have helped me along the way, so I really appreciate it. And I'm still learning. I'm sure we're all still learning these programs as technology gets better and better and faster. And the third thing that was difficult for me being an adult learner was choosing a major, because I had my nursing background from Dutchess, and I didn't want to get my bachelor's in nursing. I knew that career choice was not right for me, so I went and I took a lot of psychology electives at Dutchess, and I was taking some psychology electives at the Mount. You know, I'm interested in abnormal psychology, I'm interested in comparative psychology and animal psychology. So I felt it right that I choose psychology as my major, and I had enough credits that biology is my minor. So I will be graduating in May with a major in psychology and a minor in biology, something that I didn't think would happen to me 8 years ago. Especially, you know, graduating with honors is just something that I never thought would be possible for me. So again, hard work and determination pays off, and I have looked to the help of everyone that I've come across that can help me. I've used their help, and it has been invaluable to me. So I recommend to everyone, keep up the hard work, and you can fulfill your dreams with school, okay? All right, thank you very much for listening.